Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and I'm a huge Eurovision fan as well as a musician, and in today's video, just like what I did yesterday, I'm going to be reacting to the semi-final 2 rehearsal clips that they've released on YouTube. Now this will actually be my first reaction, so I haven't seen any of these clips yet, so I'm excited. This is kind of like just my initial thoughts on everything and see what these clips look like. So let me know down below in the comments what you think of the clips they released for semi-final 2. Has your mind changed on any of these entries? I'll let you know if mine has, especially with some of the more borderline ones, definitely. Yeah, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, let's get straight into this, guys. I'm excited. Right, Denmark. Vocals, they're okay, better than national final, I think. I like the staging concept. It looked really good on TikTok as well. They've really kind of honed in on what they did in the music video. It's very kind of friendly looking graphics. It's nice. He's got a good stage presence, actually. Yeah, do you know what? The more I think about it, the more Denmark is becoming a bit more of a safer option for qualification now. It looks slick on stage. They really fixed the staging for what happened at the national final, which I personally think didn't suit the song. And from what I could hear there, the vocoder seemed to have been turned down a little bit, so there wasn't that too much of a clash between the live vocals and the pre-recorded backing vocals. So that's interesting. So yeah, that I think was a pretty solid looking staging. They could qualify. I think they've definitely increased their chances for sure. And now we're going to look at Armenia's rehearsal. This looks really interesting from the pictures. This sort of galaxy looking LED on the slanted backdrop. It looks so cool. So let's see what's going on here. Wow. She's got stage presence despite not doing much, which is really, really good. Vocals sound really great. Yeah, this looks amazing. Yeah, I'm very confident that that's going to go through pretty much within the top 4 potentially of the semi-final, despite it being in the slot of death. I think they've really made the visuals look lush and expensive. Her vocal sounds just like the studio version, so she's got this really great ability to sing live and sing exactly how she does in the recording, so there's a bit of familiarity there. And also she was working the camera, and very small amount of movements on the stage, but she was just like taking all of the command of the camera, which is really good. She's a seasoned performer, so I'm really confident in that. Now Romania, I'm not so confident in this one. From what I saw of the rehearsal clips, we had some interesting LED shots of some girl, which I believe is Theodore's girlfriend, standing in some kind of ghost outfit. Not quite sure what they were going for there, but I have heard that he's been quite neglected by the broadcaster in Romania. They haven't really given him a helping hand, allegedly anyway. Not enough money for the act, not enough to make it at least improve on the national final, so my expectations are really quite low for this one. I don't like the song, but I admire that he's trying his best, and I hope that he enjoys himself in Liverpool. That's all I can wish for him. He's so young and he is very talented. So let's see what's happened here. Hear that backdrop. Oh. Yeah, the camera shots are really slow compared to the pace of the song. So it's... oh. Those backing vocals get me every time. But he sings so well. But this backing vocals, every single time I hear them, it just does something to my brain. It's just... I get this allergic reaction. Yeah, unfortunately, I think with a song like that, you've got a certain amount of pace in the music that needs to be matched by each camera shot, the switching of angles, and the camera work there was very pedestrian, and I think that was a bit of a mismatch, to be honest. What a shame. But yeah, that's not really doing the song any more favours than it had at the national final, to be honest, and the LEDs were a choice. Yeah, I'm not sure about where this is going to place. It could be last, it could be in the bottom 3. we'll have to see what happens. But let's move on to Estonia, so Elika with Bridges. I saw that this one slipped down into the non-qualification zone for the betting odds, and I was like, why? This should hopefully qualify. I hope it doesn't NQ, because then we're going to lose quality ballads in the final, which is such a shame. Sometimes like the juries are needed for things like Estonia to qualify this year. It's my personal opinion, but let's see what they've done. Yeah, vocals. Her live vocal capacity is amazing. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, this is how you take a ballad and elevate it to make it televote friendly, I think. Camera and shot though, we need to get rid of that. I like her outfit. Her vocals are so strong. I really hope she qualifies, because she's going to get so much jury love in the final. She really is. She's a dark horse, I think. Oh goodness, so the staging does look good. It does look good. I just worry about running order and public vote. But I don't think this should be in the non-qualification zone in the betting odds. At least 10th place. At least 10th place. Fingers crossed. But now let's move on to Belgium. So Gustav, I'm hoping he brings, I guess, the kind of fun element from the music video, celebrating kind of queer culture, and I believe they've got a voguer on stage as well, which is so cool. So let's see how this one's gone. And he's brought the backing vocalists, which is great. This is cool. There, the note was great. He does wince a little bit when he hits that note. I mean, it's the only face you can really make, but as long as you don't look uncomfortable, then it won't put people off in a way. But that does sound really good. Yeah, backing vocalists are so great. Yeah, to be fair, I do think that that one has a good chance of going through, and it's got good, fun and colourful staging that should hopefully appeal to televoters. I'm confident in that one, and I think they've done a good job there. They just need to kind of make the camera angles a little bit more tighter in places, just so it has this slick and polished feel that would suit how the song sounds in terms of the production. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to move on to the video. I was slightly worried about how that was going to sound live, because in the studio version there was a questionable amount of processing on the vocals, but actually he's proven here that he can sing those high notes and that he can confidently do it. So yeah, I feel like this was a danger zone song before because of the pace and because it's so early on. But to be honest, if people really like the way that he sings and the way that he kind of has that control over his voice, I reckon this could qualify. It looks like a good staging concept. I saw in the other photos that they bring in more like fire elements as well. So I know other songs in the semi-final have the fire and a kind of like lava looking backdrop. So as long as he makes himself stand out amongst all of those ones, he should be okay. Now let's move on to Iceland. Backflip Queen. One of the strongest vocalists of the year. Oh, but just the reach to those high notes just with ease, you know, it's enviable. She's so good. And they've chosen here, obviously, to have her on stage on her own, but she can just carry it on her own. She doesn't need any support because she's got so much presence and so much energy that she can literally just do the 3 minutes on her own, and I think it's going to work. So to me, that one is just one of those songs that I really hope qualifies, but I'm not sure if it will. It might. And I'm thinking, UK is voting in semi-final too. Drum and bass is massive in the UK, and I feel like people will give her some love for that at least. I'm not sure about other countries. Potentially though, we could see a nice public vote for Iceland, so they could sneak through to the final, and I think I'd welcome that so much. But yeah, they look like they've elevated it from the national final, they made it look more slick, and yeah, I think she's very impressive vocally, should hopefully stand out. Now let's look at Greece's one. I did see on Twitter some of the choices they made in the LEDs for Greece. They had basically Victor doing these different actions in the background, and it just looked a little bit odd. It didn't look like it was cohesive, or it kind of suited the song, and he was dressed kind of like a Boy Scout. The styling just doesn't quite work with how the song sounds. I prefer what he was wearing in the music video, but let's see what this looks like. Oh. He shouldn't be jumping. There's so much wrong with this. Oh dear. Oh dear, there's just so much they need to change about that. Firstly, you can't have him being absolutely drowned out by smoke. The poor lad was just being encapsulated by smoke. You can barely see him. Don't jump when you're singing, because you're just, the microphone's going to pick up every movement in your voice when you're jumping. It's just the wrong choice to be making, and it kind of doesn't quite suit the pace of the song. If he's jumping on the faster beats of the bar as well, which kind of it just doesn't look quite right. And then also in the backing track you had these echoey vocals as well, which were kind of like just underneath what he was singing, but he stopped singing and the backing vocal carried on, so it sounded like playback, and it just there was no like seamless transition between his vocal and then the recording. It just didn't sound quite right to me. Oh dear, he's 16 years old. I just think he deserved so much better. There's just so many other ways he could have done that. If he just sat there with a guitar or a bass and just did a chill, 3 minutes on stage, showed off the voice, kept it all under control, I reckon he could have done a really good performance there. But I just think that what they've done here just doesn't quite work. I'm really disappointed in that, what I've just seen. I'm really disappointed. Okay, now we're going to move on to Poland. Apparently Poland have a dance break. I saw the clip of it on TikTok. It was just a short snippet of her doing kind of salsa looking moves, which I think she looked like she could dance, so that's good. Yeah, this is an interesting one, whether it's going to qualify or not, because it's televote only, but we'll see how they've staged this and how it's going to look on camera. What was that? What was that? Okay. Vocals seem better than the national final. A lot of backing vocals there though. Tropical vibe. Right, this is the dance break, I think. Oh. What? Oh no! Why have they done the effects? You can't even see it dancing. Oh, when she started the swirly things, it was just like a massive flame and explosion. What are you doing? Oh, they did this with Ockman last year as well. Oh, they should have just showed her dancing. And then it was glitching, and it's like, yeah, it was like a sleep paralysis demon looking thing. What have they done? Oh, that was like a disastrous slayage, if that's even a word. Oh goodness me, I was not expecting it to go in that direction at all. Okay, so Slovenia is next, and I'm quite confident that this is going to be slick and polished. Their live performances have always looked really good and sounded good, and they're a very well rehearsed band. They perform so many live shows, so I expect this to be good. He's interacting with the band, which is good. This is what Ireland should have done. Yeah, this looks great. His vocal sounds so good. He's so good at live singing. I'm very impressed with that, and I think they could potentially come in the top 4 of the semi-final as well. I'm expecting this one to go through and have Slovenia back in the final after so many years now. Was it 2019? So it'll be so great. Yeah, that was literally meeting my expectations and slightly exceeding them. Yeah, it just looked like everyone was having fun. There was intimacy there. There was, you know, interaction with the band. You could see all the band members there together, which is what Ireland should have done, because it creates this warmth and this really nice atmosphere. But let's move on to Georgia as well. It looks like they're going to show Iru's high note section, which is interesting. Let's see how our live vocals are. Nice. She's really good. Yeah. The only issue I've got with this is the staging is just a bit underwhelming compared to how it all sounds. Yeah, I think they could have done something more like what they did in the music video there. It's lost a bit of momentum for me, even though it sounds really, really good. And I like what she's wearing. I think the styling looks good, but she needed more people on stage with her, I think, some dancers. And I think closer up camera shots as well. There was too many far away shots with the arena. And I think this song needs to be intimate and we need to kind of connect with the vocalist. There wasn't enough of that, but still it sounded really good. So if she does go through to the final, I think she will get some good jury points because her vocal control is there and her ability to sing these high notes is almost flawless, I think. So that's really good. San Marino, let's see exactly what Pete Jacks have done here. It's actually one of my dad's favourite songs of the year, believe it or not. Okay, the light work looks good. Okay, he's hitting the note better than he did at the national final. He was sharp then. This looks pretty good actually. But again, the band members are too far away. Let's have them all together. Light play was standing out the most there for me. I think they used some good lighting strategies to highlight kind of different parts of the song and get the lights kind of timed with the different beats, which sounded and looked pretty good. His vocals sounded good as well. Yeah, I think they have kind of saved themselves from potentially coming last. I do think they should hopefully get some points for this. It's a good song, it really is a good song. It's just lyrically it's a little bit... That's the only issue I've got with it. But yeah, let's move on to Austria now. This is potentially the one that's going to win the semi-final. Pictures of the rehearsals for this one looked really immaculate, and they've got an interesting feel and colour scheme, and they've not done what they did in the music video. They've taken it in a new direction, which is probably why this is now kind of like appealing to the juries as well as the televoters. But the key thing is, what are their vocals like? What are the harmonies like? And are they able to sing those more operatic tones like they did in the studio track? That's the key thing. Okay. A little bit sharp. Okay. A little bit sharp, I think. Yeah, what I think we were slightly missing with this clip, The staging looks great, but what's happening is the camera, again, like what happened earlier, is moving way too slow. It's moving so slow. We need these fast, punchy camera shots changing in time with the music, or at least lighting that's flashing in time with the music to get this energy, to create this momentum. It's lost momentum in that clip, and unfortunately both of them were kind of overshooting their notes a little bit sharp. So it could be an inner ear problem, I don't know, but it's slightly disappointed me. But I do like the way it looks. It just needs to sound a little bit more slick, and I think they need to have faster camera cuts, but I'm not sure if they're able to change things like that now. I don't know. I wonder if that's going to win the semi-final now. We'll see. Let's move on to Albania, which I have called from very early on a qualifier. So if they've nailed this staging, I really hope I'm right about this. I really do. But I feel like they're bringing something very different from everyone else. And there's always people who vote for songs like this. So let's see. Nice flames, okay. Family look a bit more comfortable now. I like what they're doing here. Oh, nice. She's so good. She's so good. Like one of the best vocalists for semi-final, next to Delia and Monica, who we've got up next. Honestly, that looked really stunning, to be honest. We'll see what happens at the beginning. They didn't show the opening where the family have a little bit more solos, but that has definitely elevated from the national final. I think that's a dark horse. I really do. We'll see what happens, but I think the staging is looking really well put together for that one. So now let's look at Lithuania's. They've brought a similar thing to what they did at the national final, but they've got these really nice mystical backdrops here. She's changed her outfit as well, but she has brought these backing vocalists, which sounded really great at the national final anyway. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, they sound good. She's experienced as well. Ah, yeah. Oh. This is a bit more life than it did at the national final. Oh, she's ad-libbing a bit more now. Yeah, that's definitely growing on me the more I listen to it, and I think by what I've heard just now, the vocals sound so much stronger, more put together, more emotive. They seem like a cohesive unit on stage as well. I reckon that's going to do really well in the semi-final. I'm excited to see how that one performs. It's qualifying, guys, and it looks really beautiful on stage. The close-up shots they had as well, she was really like connecting with the viewer because she's experienced at Eurovision and performing on TV anyway. So I think this looks really good. Really good job. And now Australia, I'm excited for this one because I saw that they have a car on stage. Yeah, this one as well, potential televote winner of the semi-final. We'll see. This is cool. Okay. I like how the band are moving together. This looks sick. Yes! This epic. That looks so good. That looks so good. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about with camera angles and the movement of different shots, timing with the music. That's how you create an atmosphere, and that's how you get a viewer hooked. If you're really pedestrian with your camera angles, people just start looking at the phone or they put the kettle on. You know, you've really got to keep the viewer interested, and Australia really did a good job of that. So I'd say that one was definitely my favourite, followed by Slovenia. Lithuania looked really strong as well, and Albania. My biggest disappointment was definitely, I'd say, Romania, but it was as expected. I'd say Austria as well. I think that one could have been a little bit better, and the vocals seemed very sharp as well. But like I said, it could have been inner ear issues, so we'll see. But yeah, everything else seemed pretty good. I guess ones I'm slightly worried about now, I think Estonia might be in trouble, but again, they brought an interesting concept on stage. Denmark surprised me, they could go through, so we'll see what happens. Cyprus as well is looking a little bit more like a sure qualifier. Greece was a big disappointment to me. Ooh, Poland as well. What are you doing with the graphics? Yeah, but let me know down below what you guys think of this one, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. The big 5 rehearsals will be the next one that I react to. Bye.